Welcome to Abasi Driving School. Today we'll talk about Show Me Tell Me Part 1. The first part is about Tell Me and the next part will be about the Show Me. So in the Tell Me we'll discuss about the questions the examiner will ask you at the beginning of the test. So the first thing we'll talk about is how to check if the headlight and tail lights are working. So what you need to do is you switch the ignition on and then switch the lights on, the dip lights, go around the car and you can see if all the bulbs are working. The next thing is how you know that the brake lights are working. So because for the brake lights you need to press the brake pedal. So if you are on your own, then you press the brake pedal. First park the car in front of some wall or some garage or something, and then press the brake pedal and see the reflection in the door or the wall. And if you can't see because of the sunlight or something, then ask somebody to help you. So you press the brake pedal and ask somebody to see if the brake lights are working. How to check the indicator bulbs? To check that all the indicator bulbs are working, which are normally 6 bulbs, 2 on the front, 2 on the back, 2 on the side of the car. So you put the hazard light on and go around the car and see if all the indicator bulbs are working. Next we check if the power steering is working. To check the power steering, first you try to turn the steering to the one side with engine off, and you will feel that it is hard and it is difficult to turn. Then switch the engine on, and as you switch the engine on, the power steering should get light and easy to turn. If that's the case, then your power steering is working. If it is still hard and stiff after turning the engine on, it means your power steering is faulty. The next question is how you know if your brakes are good enough. So for that, you start the engine, then press the brake pedal. It shouldn't feel spongy, it should be hard. And when you move the car slowly and press the brake pedal, the car shouldn't pull onto the one side. Next thing is how you set your head restraint. So head restraint is for safety. In the case of accident, it will save you from the injury. So basically the rigid part of the head restraint should be level with your eyes or ear. How you check the tire pressure? To check the tire pressure you need a reliable pressure gauge, and you can check with the pressure gauge. You normally find on the petrol stations as well, or you can buy for yourself as well. How you know how much pressure is needed for your car? So normally the car manual got that information, or you can look on the door shuts somewhere, edge of the door as well, or some cars it might be under the fuel filler cap. There will be a sticker which shows how much tire pressure you need for your car. What is the legal tire tread limit? The legal tire tread limit is 1.6 millimeter. This part of the video is Show Me. The car we are using is Toyota Yaris 2016, but you can relate the things in other cars as well. So the first thing we talk about is the wipers, front and rear wiper, and front and rear screen wash. So if you face towards the steering wheel, on your right side there is a stalk, which is this one. So if you look on the stalk itself, there are these markings which tells you where the wiper on off position is. So for the front wiper, if you just want to wipe it once, you just push it upwards and you can see it's just one wipe. If you keep holding it, it will run, but if you just do once, it will give a one wipe. But if you need the continuous slow wiper, then pull it down once and it will run after a little interval. If you want fast, one more down, then it will run continuously, and if you want more fast, one more down, it will run very fast. So there are 3 positions in this car. So fast, medium, slow, and then off. Now for the rear wiper, if I turn the wheel this way so you can see the stalk, so you can see these 3 points here. So this is off position. If you turn one up, the rear wiper will run slowly, like after some interval, and if you turn upwards, it will continuously run. So it is for the rear wiper. And back to off. So the rear wiper, this knob you have to turn 1 up for slow, 2 ups for fast. Front screen wash. For front screen wash, this whole stalk you have to pull it towards the steering wheel and hold it, and you will see you will see the water spray and the wiper running together. For the rear screen wash, this knob which we use to turn the rear wiper on, if you turn it in the opposite way, which is like downwards, and hold it there, then the rear screen wash will work, and if you leave it, it will be off. Now the second thing is the lights. Now if you again face towards the steering wheel and look on your left side of the steering wheel, there is another stalk which has got the switches for lights and fog light and full beam and everything else. So again, this top of the stalk, which is this knob thing, you can see there are 3 positions: off, parking light, and the dip light. So if I turn one up, it will be parking light, and if I turn another up, that is the dip light, which is normally used at night. If we want full beam, then keep this on the dip light and then push away this stalk away from the steering wheel, which is kind of downwards towards the dashboard, and you will see that blue light showing up on the meter, which means the full beam is on. So put it back into its position to turn off the full beam. Now for the fog light, again keep this dip light on, and then you will see this ring inside. So it's got like 3 positions. So off, then 1 up is front and 2 up is front and back. So you turn it up for the front fog light and you turn up again, and front and back both fog lights will be on, and you will see these 2 lights here, the green light and the orange light. So turn the fog light off again. So after the examiner asks you turn on the fog light or whatever light, as soon as you shown him, then switch them off, because if you're driving with the fog light on, you might be pulled over by the police if it is not needed, like if there is no fog. So make sure whatever you switch on during the test, switch it off again. So On the right side of the steering wheel we got the stalk for the wipers and washes, and on the left side of the steering wheel we got all the switches for the lights. The next thing the examiner might ask you to show him pulling up and down the driver side window. So if you look the right driver door, you see these buttons here. So the right side is for the driver side window, so down, window down, up, window up, and the left one is for the passenger side window. So you can see I'm pulling it down and up. The next thing he might ask you to show him how you can demist the front window. So the front window demister is here. So you will see these three big knobs. The leftmost is for the direction of the airflow. So this position is the airflow will be towards the windscreen. This one footwell and windscreen. This one is footwell only. This one is footwell and the front one like towards your face, and this one is like direct. It will direct the airflow towards your face through these vents. So this is basically to direct the airflow where you want. So if you want to demist the front window, we need the airflow towards the windscreen, which is this one. So if the examiner asks you, tell him that this should be here, and then you have to turn this fan on. So this next knob is for the fan. So you will see the fan speeds. So it should be 1, 2, 3, whatever, like how quickly you want to dry the mist, you can turn it up. So for the front demist, we have to do two things. We have to position this one on the windscreen and then turn the fan on. The next thing he can ask you, show me how you can demist the rear window. For the rear window, in this car we got this switch, and this picture you will see in all other cars as well. This location might be different, but the picture will be same. It's kind of a square with these, airwave things on it. So this is for the rear demist. So if you press it, you will see the light is on. It means now the rear demister is working, and off again. Okay, so this is about the show me inside the car, which is like front demist, rear demist, dip light on, full beam on, fog light, front wiper, rear wiper, front screen wash, rear screen wash, and then passenger or driver side window up and down, which are here. And the last thing inside the car, he might ask you to show him how you can beep the horn. So you can see this middle of the steering wheel where this logo is. Just press it down, and that's for honking or for the horn. So these are the things which you might be asked in the test as the show me things. Now there are few things under the bonnet which we are going to talk now. Okay, to open the bonnet, you will see this lever on your right hand side of the steering wheel. You can see a picture of the bonnet on it. So if you pull it towards you, you will hear a click, which means the bonnet is unlocked. So first we unlock the bonnet from inside. Now to open the bonnet, there is a latch under the bonnet somewhere in the middle. You can see the. So open the bonnet, and then this was the lever this is the latch basically, which you need to move to the left to lift up the bonnet. Now the first thing we talk about is the engine coolant. You can see this plastic bottle with a colored liquid in it. So normally it's blue or red color. this car has got red color, it's basically antifreeze, and there are 2 marks on the bottle, minimum maximum. Just tell the examiner it should be between that. The next thing is the oil check. To check the oil, we pull out this dipstick and we clean it, put it back and take it out again, and then you will see 2 marks at the tip of the stick, and the oil level should be between those 2 marks. Next thing is this bottle, which is for the screen wash. So if you need to fill in the screen wash, this yellow cap, open it and just fill in the screen wash. The last thing is the brake fluid. So you can see a bottle at the back of the engine on the left side, and there are 2 marks on that as well, minimum and maximum. So these are the 4 things you will be asked under the bonnet. So shut the bonnet, you just release it at a height and it will shut down.